Hello, everybody. Welcome to the David Mead Show. I have a guest coming on tonight, and I'm just gonna wait till he comes on. And we're gonna be talking about some issues about Fall River, and I just can't. Yep. So I'm just gonna wait a couple of minutes before he comes on. Yeah. Oh, there he is, right there. So he is here right now. So I'm going to let him on. Robert, how you doing?
All right, how are you?
Good. Yeah. It was kind of right today. When I was coming back from my Market Basket, I forgot my wallet. My backpack and all my stuff in it. So I had to run all the way back down on the bus, come back all the way up here. So now, what is it? What is the odds? Okay, me get my backpack back. You know.
That was pretty slim. I was like, oh man, this poor guy's never getting his backpack back.
Yeah. So I was like, it's this is not the first time this is not the first time I've lost a wallet and stuff because when you're out there in the community, you get people talking to you, and then and it's talking to you about different things, and it's yeah. So and then you get caught up on some stuff, and you end up forgetting your backpack. So my question is, what's going on with? I know in the past we had a lot of mayors. We had Will Flanagan, we had Sam Sutter, we had Bob Correa in the past. So you're running for mayor, and so my question: what makes it? What's going to make it different? So I'm money.
All right, for me, what I think makes it different for me is, as I've been telling everybody, I'm not a politician. I'm not a career politician. I didn't start off in my life even thinking about ever being a career politician. I started off my life being a blue collar worker. I work with the community. I work in the community. So I feel like I have a deep connection with my community, and I know what the people need and want versus what somebody behind a desk thinks we might need and want.
All right. So well, we know about the audit, right?
Yep.
And about the audit that passed that 72%. Do you actually support that?
I absolutely do. I
Okay.
would think I would think an audit would be totally important to know where the money's going, so we can know if cuts can be made.
Well, we know that back in the day when Bob Correa was around, he made some cuts. All right, he made some cuts with public safety,
Yep.
with the police department, the fire department, and now for that year, it was like a total mess. So um, now when Will Flanagan came in, okay, Will Flanagan restored the fire department, the police department, uh, you know um, the fire and the police before the recall at that point. So, but right um, now this guy that we have, which is Coogan, and now Coogan is with this market rate housing all the time, and and I remember sending him a letter in the mail. Matter of fact, I still have that copy of that letter. I'll probably send it to you if you want it. Uh, and um, and and we talked about about the homeless. We talked about the roads, the roadways, how the roadways they got so much pothole. There's a lot of potholes in it, and you know And during the COVID times, we had so much money. Okay.
Yep.
And then after the COVID, what happened that when Coogan became mayor of the city of Fall River, what he did was he took all that money and he spent it. He bought a trolley car. He was like really reckless with it. You know what I'm saying? So, and he was really reckless with
Yep.
this with all this money. So so, but my question is, what can you do differently? You know what I'm saying? That would persuade the voters to vote for you when it be and when it when it's time for to get out there in the polls.
All right. Well, what I could do differently? That's really a hard question because I'm not really in there to see what can really be done. There needs to be a forensic audit that needs to happen so we can see again where the money's going. So if cuts need to be made, those cuts can be made. Now, what I want to do differently is I want to bring new revenue to the city. I don't, because the city needs money,
Of course.
and the rock is dry, man. They keep tapping the rock of the residents, and the rock is dry, man. These people can't afford stuff. I want to bring new revenue, such as events like Florida Celebrates America, but not as expensive. That event was very, very expensive. Now, if you're trying to make a fundraiser, the goal is to spend as least money as possible to try to gain the most dollar.
Yeah.
So that would be my idea with bringing in carnivals, bringing back fundraisers, bringing back some type of events like that to kick up tourism again, because nobody wants to come here because there's no reason to come here. I would like to start events like Waterfire. Providence has them. Taunton's just starting one. We have a beautiful waterfront. We could benefit from events like that. Tourism. Tourism equals dollars. Dollars equals jobs. Jobs equals money.
Yeah. Well, I remember one time we had. I remember one time we had the Fall River Celebrates America, and the Fall River Celebrates America was sponsored by the 5 Cent Savings Bank at one
Yep.
point. I remember, and when we had it, we had a lot of fights down there, trouble. Gangs were down there causing all kinds of issues
Yep.
with other people, disrupting the carnival, disrupting the people that work there. And finally, the 5 Cent Savings Bank said, "Look, you know what?" And then we had cops that fell into a railroad tracks and falling through the railroad tracks, chasing suspects down on the ground. Say McGann, Detective McGann.
Yep.
He chased the suspect one time and over the fence. Probably did not see the drop, and boom, he went down right through the railroad tracks, down on the ground, and splattered
Yep.
all over the place.
Yeah. That man lost a leg.
Yeah. So yep, and yeah, and I'll tell you, and it was actually pretty bad, and so then the trouble comes in. We had gangs down there, and now they had to shut the whole entire thing down. That Bank Five said, "Well, I ain't sponsoring no more. I'm not.
Yep.
We're not doing it no more." So,
Well, here's
but
here's the difference with that back then. Back then, we didn't have the technology or the knowledge that we have now.
sure,
Drones are a huge, huge, huge part that can be used to keep surveillance on events like that.
yeah.
You know, we need
Well,
if police presence. There has to be police presence, and like I said, drones, in my personal opinion, are the best tool to use for surveillance in events like that. You can
I
see
agree.
you can see when people are congregating. You can see the whole nine.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you with the drones because drones, they can see things from above. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? And throughout the whole entire park, they can see things. As
Yep.
the event is happening. Matter of fact, I think I
And it's
spoke.
very low budget.
Yeah,
Very low budget. Doesn't even take gas to run those things. It's just power. It's very low budget.
electric. Yeah,
Yep.
and I spoke to Michael Canuel, Councilor Michael Canuel, and Michael Canuel is City Council Michael Canuel. He's right now. Now that's what they want to do. They want to implement drones for the fire department because say you go all the way up to Freetown, like into the Freetown area, and there's a fire up there. How long does it take a truck to get up there? About 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, maybe more.
Maybe more, give or take.
Yeah, depending
Uh,
on the situations.
and a drone can get there faster to assess the situation and take pictures and to let and to let the and let the and let communications know
Yep.
how bad the situation is. You know what I'm saying? So I
Sure.
agree with you. Drones would, even for the police department. Yeah, drones are awesome. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
To have, they are, and I agree with it. You know what I'm saying?
It's an invaluable tool that if they don't have, if they don't have, if I get elected, they will have.
Yeah. So I mean, it would be it would be actually it would actually be pretty cool to have the drones. Now, there's this whole big thing fiasco going around about flock cameras, license plate readers.
Yep.
I don't know. I mean, people agreeing with them, some people are not. So I want to know, what is your opinion on it? You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's
Well, my personal opinion is I went to a meeting in the Flint, and there was a big talk about it, and they showed that because of flock cameras, they were able to stop a few pedophiles. They will caught numerous people
mm,
shootouts and stuff. So unless somebody can prove to me that they're being misused, I don't see no problem in them.
well, New Bedford has them. Okay, New Bedford has them, and New Bedford has them, and the people in New Bedford, they don't even want them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they think that the Chinese are going to steal the Chinese secret, all our data, and I mean, there's a big, huge conflict about them. You know what I'm saying? So
And do you know how long flock cameras have been in Fall River for?
how? I don't. I mean, I this is the second time I've heard about them. So
Right?
go ahead.
Right? You just heard about it now, but they've been in Fall River since 2021.
So they've been in Fall River since 2021.
Yes,
Wow.
40 something flock cameras have been in Fall River since 2021.
Okay. Wow. That's yeah. That's
So, they've been there all that time, and they ain't bothered. Nobody can show any kind of misuse for them.
yeah.
And I've heard nothing but how good they can be used for. Once I heard they caught a couple of pedophiles, I'm like,
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
well,
I'm like, you got me sold. You
yeah.
got me sold. You just save kids. You can save kids with these things. You
I
got me
have
sold.
I have grandkids. I
Yep,
have
I
grandkids.
do too. They're in my house right now.
Yeah. well, well, no, but I have grandkids that like to play outside.
Sure.
Sometimes they like to go to the park. And we do want kids to be safe. You're right. I mean, and
Absolutely.
and and they will actually those spot cameras. I mean, because if just say if a kid gets grabbed on the street, okay,
Yep.
just say, and okay, so they're gonna go ask this person. Oh, this person's gonna call the cops, and then the cops are gonna come. They're gonna investigate. They're gonna say, hey, who, what color car was it? One of them is gonna say a blue. The other one's gonna say a red, and the other one's gonna say a white. You know what I'm saying? And I
Yep.
mean, so maybe those SWAT cameras would be great. You know what I'm saying? They'll be that's I mean, they're good use for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So basically, so I mean, You know.
People think that they're going to be used for like they could just turn them on and see what's going on, and
Yeah,
that's not what they're for. They're motion sensor cameras. They're designed to take picture of the back of your license plate. They're not taking pictures of your face or your likeness. When people, if they're really worried about cameras that much, they need to worry about all the ring cameras that are on everybody's house.
that's right.
Because you could go outside and walk down the street and count 40 to 60 to 100 different ring cameras.
Yeah,
Who's watching those?
yeah.
What are they
Now,
using? What are they using that for?
yeah, that
You
is
know?
true too. Yep. So look at this. Yeah, the other day I was down at the brew house with my wife, and we just got done eating over there. So I saw a friend of mine, one of my pastors. You know, he was preaching outside, and we were talking, and then I had my because I am a First Amendment audit, so and I take videos of everything outside,
Yep.
and one lady that worked for the district attorney's, I don't know if she worked for the district attorney's office, but or she's I know she was a lawyer or something or administrator for the courthouse.
So,
And she goes, oh, I don't want. So she goes, oh, I don't want my picture taken. So I looked at her. I go, yeah, okay, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I said,
yeah.
there ain't no expectations of privacy anymore at all, whatsoever. Okay, so
Exactly.
and so I take pictures everywhere, videos and stuff. Oh, I got tons of videos of the home Fall River and everything else. I got people. I even when I'm using my e-bike going down the street, I got people on the phone. I got at stoplights, okay, talking on their phones. Believe it or
Oh
not.
yeah. My truck just got hit today on the mirror, which
Yeah,
by somebody that was on their damn phone.
yeah. See, and it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? It is.
Yep.
I had people cut in front of me on the e-bike, and and I mean, I can actually show you pictures after videos. I mean, you'd be like, oh my god, but but I just wanted to, find what's different, what could be, what is because you're running for mayor, so what's different. You know what I'm saying? What can you do to improve the quality of life of Fall River?
Well, like
So
I said, I want to bring the new revenue into the city. With
yeah,
that new revenue, I want to use that new revenue to make incentives for the landowners, homeowners that are in the area to keep their rents below market value so
yeah,
people can afford to live in this city.
yeah,
That's what my plan is to do with the extra income and revenue made
yeah.
is to make a program where we can offer incentives to the local homeowners that own these three tenements, six tenements, so they can keep their rent below market value. So,
Well,
so the normal everyday person can
yeah.
afford to pay rent.
Well, the only way we could do that, if I don't know if you might agree with this, or if you might not agree with it. I think instead of market rate housing, maybe we can all agree on affordable housing. You know what I'm saying? So people can live better.
Yeah, well, exactly. That's kind of the plan I'm talking about. It would make more affordable housing homes versus market rate value.
Yeah.
Versus
All
market
right.
rate.
Market rate value is still driving it. Still driving the cost up.
Oh,
Okay,
it is.
yes, it is, and
It is, and I work as a property manager, so
mhm,
I deal with tenement houses every single day of my life. I deal with tenants and residents and problems that happen within these properties.
yeah.
And
Well,
there's a lot of the homeowners that are realizing too now that if they keep their apartments at market rate, what they're getting for renters is people that can't afford to live there. So
yes,
so they have the money to pay off the rent to get the apartment, but once they're there, they
mhm.
can't afford to continue living there.
Of course,
So a
yeah,
lot, so a lot of owners are starting to realize that it's might be better to tone it back a little bit.
yeah,
So I see I see a new wave coming. It might be slow, but I see a new wave coming where owners are realizing market rate isn't the best thing for them. And it's starting to cost them more money than it
Yeah.
is making them money. Because they're getting market rate value to say, let's say $1,800 a month for the apartment, and they get that the first month, and they might get it the second month, and then the family's car broke down, or who knows what happened. The family now can't afford to pay that next rent. Now they're
Yeah.
trying to keep. Now they're trying to catch up, and
Yeah.
they can't catch up because other things are happening. So everything's falling behind. These rents aren't being paid. They have to now then go into evictions.
Yeah.
Evictions can take 6 months sometimes to get somebody evicted, depending on the situation. It can take long. It can take longer sometimes.
That is true.
So,
Yep.
so when all that happens, it costs the homeowners even more money that
Yep.
they're not getting. Because once you're in eviction status, you're not paying a rent no more. Well, let's be honest. Nobody's paying a rent no more once they're being evicted. So all that money's lost. The
Yep.
court might say you owe that money, you owe that homeowner money. But honestly, it never gets recuperated. It never gets paid. And it's just money lost from the homeowners. So
Yep. And and talking about that, the property value, the property value is up over here. If you
yeah.
know Massachusetts,
Yep.
and my
Mind you, we're the only area in the world that gets a noisy train and the property value goes up.
yep,
Everywhere else, when you get a train in your backyard, the property value goes down.
yep.
We're the only place in the world where the property value goes up.
So I mean, yeah, and and I think about this all the time. Since you brought the train up, I think about this all the time. And so, what is the okay? So we got the train, goes to Boston, goes to everywhere, goes all around. Taunton, drops you off at the Boston train station, brings you down to New Bedford,
Yep.
and so. Um, so all that train is doing, okay, it's not really doing nothing for Fall River, okay. It's not really bringing money in, okay.
No, I don't think so. Not at
No,
the moment. No.
not at the moment, but I know
That's
that
why they
for a
want to
fact.
make. That's why they want to make Little Boston down by the waterfront, so the train can now start making them some money.
Yeah. So I mean, now all we're having now, we have headaches. Okay, we have people from Boston coming down here, and from from north of Boston, south of Boston. I've been in Boston. Boston's hilarious up there, and now they're bringing all their guns down here. They're bringing all the riffraffs down here. Okay, and
Yep.
now we have Boston's problem. Okay, Boston. We have all their problems now down here. Okay,
Oh,
because
they're taking free train rides all the way down here where it's cheaper.
yeah, like right. Well, because they're saying that the property value down here is cheaper than Boston. Boston, I'm going to be honest with you. Boston, you're probably paying about $1,400 to $2,000 a month for rent up there.
Yep.
Believe it or not. Yeah.
Girl, girl, I give me a big wet one.
So yeah, so I mean, you're paying about that much,
Yep.
you know, and I don't understand it. It's supposed to bring tourism down here. It's supposed to help. You know what I'm saying? I haven't been on the train yet, so
I
this
haven't either.
so this coming October, I'll be 60 years old, and I'll be taking the train with my wife and my son.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're gonna go on a train. So yeah, we're gonna go on a train. We're gonna go to Boston. I'm gonna go check out a few things in Boston. You know what I'm saying? I want to see how things are over there because people are saying that Boston is pretty bad over there because of ice being up there. So
All right. I've been to Boston a few times. I've never seen nothing too crazy. So I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
Wait, I'm lying. I'm lying. One time I went to a nightclub out there, and there was some guy running down the street with two big ass swords,
wow.
and the police were behind him firing beanbags out of a rifle on him, and this guy was just taking beanbags and just running.
Oh no shit.
Yeah,
Damn.
that was the
Whoa.
craziest thing I saw in Boston.
Ooh. Damn.
It looked like Donatello. He had two big ass swords, Leonardo.
Donatello. Oh,
Yeah,
you're talking about the Donatello, the actual Ninja Turtle,
yeah,
right?
the Ninja Turtle looked like a damn Ninja Turtle running down the street with two swords, and the police
Wow.
behind him just
Yeah.
blasted him with these bullets, these beanbag bullet things.
Yeah, that's crazy. Wow.
First time I ever seen it.
Yeah. Well, you should have seen it over here by the bus terminal one time. Two guys fighting, one with a machete, the other one with a sword. From a pulled it
Yes.
out from a cane and everything and stuff over here.
Jesus,
Yeah.
these
Yes.
guys are like it's like medieval times out there, man. Holy
Yes, it
Christ!
is. It is. It is medieval times. It is. And and let me tell you,
And people are naked too nowadays. There's been three different cases of people running naked throughout the city.
yep. Oh
I don't
yeah.
know why they're naked.
Yeah. Well, because of the summer, too hot. To actually, no, basically too hot sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
I guess
And
one guy had boots and nothing else, so maybe he was hot.
well, yeah, you know, I don't know why, but I mean, it's actually crazy.
I'm
When you
thinking it's something. I'm thinking it's something bad in the drugs.
oh
That's what I'm thinking. I think it's something bad in the drugs that are just
yeah,
making people get naked.
yeah.
And
So
there's been
I
way too many cases.
yeah, and what about the mental health situation, like the mental health situation? Because there's a lot of cases of mental health going on.
Yep. I do think our public officials need more training in mental health,
Yeah,
but I do know there is a lot of help for people with mental health, but they just have to agree to accept it. And
yeah,
if they don't agree to accept it, we can't make them. It's what I mean. That's the American Constitution. We
yeah,
can't make somebody do it without getting conservatorship of that person. And
yeah.
that's a really hard thing to do. That's not an easy thing.
Well, we need a facility we need a facility that's going to do long term, okay, a long term instead of like detox 90 days. We want a
Yeah.
long term facility where where that they're going to sign a contract, okay, and they're going to agree that that uh, they have to stay in this facility and in this facility to get better,
Yeah.
to get off the drugs. Okay, they cannot leave. They got to
Isn't that
stay there.
stepping stone?
Uh,
That sounds like programs like Stepping Stone does stuff like
Well,
that.
Stepping Stone is not really working because we still have the majority of the overdose going on. So,
Yeah, but
we,
if them people don't want help, how can we get it to them if they don't want it?
well, you know
Because
what?
I'm really good friends with Nicole Fontaine, who
Hmm.
deals with a lot of the homeless and a lot of a lot of people that are addicts, a lot of people that are addicted, and a lot of these people turn down her help.
Mm,
She'll come get you right now. You call her up and tell her you want to be straight. She'll come get you right now and bring you to a place that'll give you help. But
yeah,
that's the kind of help that's out there right now. But it's
yeah,
just a lot of the people do not want it. They
yeah,
turn her down.
yeah,
They turn her away. Like a lot of the people that are outside in them tents, they don't
yeah.
want them.
Well, we right now, I'm talking to a lot of the homeless,
Yep.
and they tell me, they said, look, we do want to help, but every time we go to the government center and speak to Coogan turns them away. Coogan don't want to help them.
Yeah, yeah, that's not that's probably not the proper line of communication to get help. You
You know,
know,
you
I
know,
don't I don't think going to the mayor is the right way to get help. If you want help, you got to go to the places that are open, that are willing to accept the help, or
so
call the people that work within those foundations.
so we have to create something here. So we have to create a like a line, like a hotline, so that way they can get, that way we can give them a number where that they could, call directly in, you know what I'm saying, and say, hey, look it, I need the help, and I don't want to be out in the street no more. I
Yeah,
want to get myself clean, and and things like that. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm
we have
pretty
to think
sure.
of,
I'm pretty sure that might even exist. I'm pretty sure that number does exist.
mm,
I don't know what it is offhand, but I'm pretty sure that exists.
yeah. So we got to get these people off the streets, man, because I mean
It might be a lack of information that the people in the streets have.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like they're not getting the information that they need to know to be able to contact the proper channels to get help.
yeah,
But I know there's a lot out there for these people. They just have to be willing to be able to do it.
yeah. Because we have a lot of mental health issues out there, mental health problems.
And
Yeah,
that's the problem.
yes,
That's the problem is not only are some of these people addicted, but some of these people have mental health problems. They're
oh,
not they're not on their drugs because they can't afford their medication.
yeah,
So they're not really right in the head.
yeah.
And
Um,
somebody who's not right in the head will never want to accept help unless
and
they're coerced into doing it.
yes, and also, well, we also have homeless veterans out there too.
That's a
Veterans
problem.
that's,
I don't think that should ever happen in life.
no, that this shouldn't never happen. Homeless veterans, no. I
That should
haven't.
never happen.
Nope. I come from I come from a military family. So, and and no, homeless veterans that should never happen.
Nope.
I'm also I'm also a was also a honor guard for the American Legion 314. So I was also an honor guard, and
Right.
and I used to march for for every single military in the parade during Veterans Day and all too. So
I
we used
marched
to,
for the police cadets when we were younger.
you did.
Yeah.
You must know you must know my uncle Nero Farias.
Yeah.
Farias, yeah, the one that
Yeah.
passed away.
Yep.
Yeah, that was my cousin. That's
Okay.
yeah, Nero Farias. Yep.
I knew
Joe
I knew your
Sousa,
dad too, cowboy. The guy with the
cowboy. Yeah,
cowboy
my
hat.
father. Yeah, he passed away too, so he's gone. And he always told me to do the things right.
Yep.
So I mean, he's the one that gave me all the tools, and this is why I'm doing this.
Okay.
I'm doing this for him. You know.
Great.
Yeah. So my uncle Joe Souza used to be a motorcycle cop. Used to be a motorcycle cop. You probably know Bobby Hyde used to be a police officer.
Yes.
They called him gunslinger. Matter of fact, I'm married to his niece.
Okay.
So is that a good thing? Yeah. I've known. Hello. Uh oh. Yeah. Well, somebody just got cut off. Uh oh. A little cut up there. Oh boy. Difficulties here. I don't know what happened to that. Probably come back on. Yeah, little difficulties for got cut off. Let me see if I can send him the link again. Oh, there he is. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
those,
a phone call came through, and then I couldn't hear it. I canceled the phone call, and I couldn't hear a darn thing that was going on.
yeah, right. Yeah, my father said that he says I know you do a Robert. He mentioned something, and I was like, holy mackerel! I said he knows my all right. Yeah, because my father used to hang out in the magic mushroom a lot.
Yeah, you probably don't even remember me because it was so long ago. But
But I
we
do,
used to,
I
we
do,
used to
I do remember you.
yeah, we used to live on Pickering Street. Your dad used to live on Pickering Street
Yeah,
down north, way
yeah,
back in the day.
yeah.
I was just a boy. I was just a boy on skateboards and bicycles.
I remember you. I remember you because I used to live on Pickering Street.
Yep, you lived
I
in
used
this
to,
like in the side house, and I lived in the same building, but with my grandmother in the backside.
yeah, I remember you. I remember. Yeah. I never actually forget a face. Believe me, I don't.
Hmm.
But I mean, so I kind of like really, been involved. Actually, for myself, I ran for city council too a couple of times.
Yep.
So I ran for city council a couple of times, and and I had some pretty good ideas about crime, about uh, you know, developing the city, making things better for the community, and yeah. So and they. No, they just end up voting everybody back in again. I'm like, you know what? I says I'm going to start my own radio show, and I'm going to talk about backup candidates that really want to, really want to run, and they're serious about it.
Yep.
And I knew you were on a CJ show yesterday, the other day,
Yeah.
and and you were talking CJ about actually CJ's my cousin too,
Okay.
so yeah, so Chip is not so. And I know that they were grilling you the other day, so
Oh yeah.
that's good. That's good. I mean,
Hey, I'm ready for it. You know what I mean? I'm not afraid. I don't back down from nothing.
no,
I usually run into it head down
yeah,
really fast.
yeah, yeah. Well, let me tell you, something. I hold politicians accountable. Okay, I do hold them accountable.
Yep.
Even my best friends that run for office and they get in, I hold them accountable,
Sure.
and they get kind of little edgy at me. You know what I'm saying? But I tell them, say, hey, look, I said, no, that's my job. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I'm a taxpayer. You're a servant. You're serving us,
There
and
it
so
is.
we're the ones that vote for you, and we're the ones that put you in office to do the job. If you can't do the job, then out. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
There it
You know,
is.
I mean, I'm
Speaking of that, when you say that that you guys are the residents and then a servant, we were talking about the meetings earlier and stuff like that. I
yeah.
would like to make a plan to where those meetings are aired publicly, which they are now, but
Mhm.
I want it to be where you can comment publicly, where you'll be
Okay.
able to, you'll be able to push a button, it'll show a little raise your hand option, and then you'll be able to speak publicly. And there's no reason why people at home can't put in their feedback in these meetings. With the
That is true.
technology, with the technology we have, there's no reason why these meetings are empty and nobody's paying attention. The
That is
reason is
true.
because people are too busy to go sit for an hour or 2 or 3 hours inside the conference or inside City Hall, but they will sit at home and do what they got to do and listen and watch from their phones or their computers. And
Yeah.
there's no reason why these people should not be able to comment. They should, why the residents should be able to put in their feedback. The way they're doing it now is very prehistoric, and it needs to be updated.
That is true too. And you know something now that and I have a great idea. Okay. Now people like me, we have computers, right?
Yep.
So mayors, city councilors, okay, state representatives, um, governors, they should be able. to set up meetings with the taxpayers and up on a computer, what I'm saying, just like this, and
Sure.
and let us know what's going on. Okay, let us know what is happening. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
exactly
Talk
my
to us.
plan. That's
Yeah,
exactly my plan. I want to be more transparent. I want to be more visible, and
yeah,
I want to be more responsive than anybody that we've had or anybody that we've got right now.
yeah.
Because you can try to reach out to Coogan right now, and 9 out of 10 times you're not going to hear from him.
No,
And to me, that's wrong
I send
because
them a letter. I send them a letter.
that's our freaking mayor, and we can't hear from him. He won't contact. He won't reach out back. That's
No.
wrong.
Well,
That's really wrong.
they have backroom meetings without us knowing.
Yep.
Okay, backroom meetings. I sent him a letter. You know what I'm saying? And I sent him a letter. But good thing I gave copies to Linda Pereira. I gave copies to Michael Canuel. I gave copies to Chris Peckham. Okay, and they all looked at it. You know what I'm saying? But Coogan never ever got back to me. Not one thing out of anything that I said in that letter. Actually, my son's the one that wrote that letter, and I sent it out.
See, and that's wrong. You should at
And he
least be
never got
able to
back.
hear from your elected officials. They're not above. They're not above you. You know what I mean?
They're not
You
under
elected
me.
them. They're not above you. They should be right there with you, and you guys should know what's going on. And if you have a question, you should be able to get that question answered,
That's right.
and not just sit there and wonder or guess or make up your own scenario. Because
Yeah.
if you don't know, then you're going to just kind of think, oh, you're going to make up your own story in your head.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just as simple as somebody telling you, "Hey, listen, this is what happened." Bup, 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 bup. And then you know. It's
Yeah.
simple. It's simple to answer a question.
Why
It's
can't they?
simple to be transparent.
Why can't they be transparent and answer the question?
There it is.
Yeah, they
It's
can't.
very easy to be transparent, especially if you're not hiding anything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like today when I was in Market Basket, we were talking. I was a guy was talking to me about COVID and all that stuff and things of what happened and all. And then some lady, she said to me, she goes, "Well, people want to relax in here. Can you not speak to? Can you shut up?" And she's on. I said, "Lady," I said, "First off, one." First Amendment right, okay, freedom of the press, freedom of religion, okay, yeah, and no, and I said, look, I said, lady, have a good day. If you don't like what I'm saying, then you don't have to listen to it. You can just walk the other way and walk out the door.
That's it. You could take 2 steps forward and 10 steps to the left to get the hell out of my face.
That's
It's
right.
that easy.
Yeah. I honestly, I even hold cops accountable too. And I tell them, what I'm saying? I tell them, I said, and I even asked them, hey, look, the law is your policy is requiring you're supposed to identify yourself before you say anything.
Yep.
It's supposed to identify yourself, and
Yep.
and we have the right to assemble too. And that's why America, that's why I love America, because it's free.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
I mean, not
America gives us the right to do what me and you are doing right now.
that's right. This
In
this that,
China, if me and you are doing what me and you are doing right now, they would come pull us out and put us in whatever the
yep.
hell the jail is called.
Well, you know what? They would throw us in jail.
Yep, whatever the
Yep.
hell the jail is called, that's where we'd be.
Yep.
So,
Dictate that would be a dictate. Russia too is the same way.
yeah, exactly.
A dictator there with Putin there. Oh my God. But you know, but hey, something though. I'm glad that you're stepping up. You know what I'm saying? Run for mayor. And I wish you a lot of luck. because Coogan, I don't know who else is going to be running. So far you right now, so
I think it's coming down to me and Flanagan so far.
yeah,
Because
I
I don't
think
think I because as far as I know, Coogan's not going to rerun.
no,
So I think it's just me and Flanagan at the moment.
yeah, because Boomer almost beat him. Boomer Amaral almost beat
Yeah,
him.
yeah, it's like 200 change. He was close.
Yeah, 200 and change. Yeah, that was
He
a
was
lot.
close.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, it was like one of the lowest voting turnouts I think in the history of Fall River.
yeah, that was I was amazed. Yeah, I was like, holy mackerel! I says, Boom almost nailed him right on, almost nailed it right
Yeah,
there.
almost.
But you know something though? It's the people of Fall River. It's the people of Fall River.
You need
I
the
don't.
people that complain to vote. There's a
Yes,
lot of people that complain and have a lot to say, but they're not even registered to vote.
yeah. So my thing is, you have to ask them. Okay, all right. So you're complaining to me about all these things that are going on in Fall River. So are you registered to vote? Okay, and if they say no, say hey, well then order for me to do something about it, you got to go register to vote and vote for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
If you want your city to be better.
Yep. And I plan when the time comes and it's time to get the signatures and stuff like that, because you
So
need, I believe, at least 300 signatures. They
yeah,
say
three
six.
hundred.
Yeah, they
300.
say 600 is the shows authority, but 300 is the minimum.
Yeah.
So when that time comes, I'll be able. I'm going to have registration papers so people can register to vote
Yeah.
and then sign for the signature. So this
Yeah.
way it covers all bases.
Yeah. So and plus the mail in ballots, we don't want them anymore. You know what I'm saying? We want them out of the way. You know what I'm saying? Because that's getting, it's, the mail in ballot should be for, uh, elderly.
Elderly,
Yes. That cannot go out and vote. You know what I'm
yep,
saying? They,
elderly
that,
or handicap.
yes, you know what I'm saying? Not for people that are able to go out and vote. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, look, I got a. Is it? Oh, there it is. Wait, I
Oh, I
got
got,
one right here.
yeah, I got the same one in the mail. I
I
threw
got
it in
one
my
right here.
guy's car.
I'm perfectly able
Yeah,
and got two good legs, and I could go to the pole myself. But
yeah,
yet, and I never sent one of these in. I
yeah,
never. So this is just sent on their own.
yeah,
Well, more money wasted.
yeah. That's waste of money, waste of paper. You know what I'm
Yep,
saying?
This should come to you if you request it.
Yeah,
I didn't request this.
I didn't request it either.
You know.
But and then our precinct is our precinct is way up on Eastern Avenue. They took it out of the Cookashan Street where the high rise is over here,
Yep.
and they put it all the way up Eastern Avenue, inside of a church area. And now when it comes down to voting, now when the voting thing comes out earlier, now we're gonna have to go down to the city hall and vote for like a governor or something.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, they took it away from the old people. So they're trying to keep their vote out of there for whatever reason.
yeah, they have. Yeah, yeah. So today was a heck of a day for me. I'll tell you.
It worked out good.
Yeah, I'm glad I got my wallet back, my backpack back, my power. Yeah.
See, the city ain't as bad as people say it is.
Yeah. Well, it's just because of the buses.
Somebody could have took that off a bus and been like, "I got a backpack,"
Yeah. And,
and went home, and whatever the hell you had in it, they would have had a plus or a loss.
yeah, but you know what? There was no money in it. So even if they did take it, they're gonna look in the wallet. They're gonna see IDs, social security numbers, cards.
That's a
Uh,
problem.
yeah. So
That's a problem.
and plus I would actually call up and report all that right away. But
Oh yeah. Well,
I end
you
up
know,
I end up getting it though.
You can't change your social security number.
Um, if somebody uses it, but I remember one time I had a FID card, and
Yeah.
somebody stole my wallet, and they went to Connecticut, Hartford, Connecticut, and they bought. I was wondering where my wallet was, and and because I know I put it on the TV,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden, um, I get a call from the Hartford, Connecticut Police Department. Hey, I'm Clint. Are you David Mead? I goes, yeah. And they said, well, we got two guys up. We got a guy up here claiming that he's David Mead. I said, so what's going on? Well, first off, they're buying uh, they're buying a shotgun, a high-powered rifle. I said, you got to be kidding me. I said, are you serious? They said that these guys were going to attempt to rob a bank.
That's wild.
Yeah. So yeah, and they said, and I said, no, I'm David Mead. That is my FID card.
Yeah.
And that is my FID card. And so they said, well, okay. So what do you want? What do you want us to do with these two guys? I said, look it. I said, you know something? I says, so they stole my FID card out of my house, and I'm assuming that you have a black wallet up there too. And they says, how do you know it was black? Because I said the wallet's mine, so I mean it's black, and and plus I had all my other IDs in it too. So I said, look, I said no. They said, what do you want to do? How do you want to handle this? I said, you know something? I said the best way to handle this is mail all my stuff back to the Fall River Police Department. Okay, bring it down here to the Fall River Police Department because I can't go up. I can't go up there and get it. Okay, because I don't have a car. And do yourself a favor. I said, do you guys have empty cells over there? They said we got plenty of empty cells. I says, well, throw one and one and the other one and the other one and throw the damn keys away. I says, I don't even want to see his face. I said, tell him so.
Yep.
Yeah. Stole my wallet, stole my FID card. I said, no. I said, then plus I'm pressing charges.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I never got my FID card back. So, but I'm planning on applying for an FID card. You know what I'm saying too. So I'm planning on applying one. So that way, that way I can, well, I want to get a shotgun, for the house. You know what I'm saying? So, so I don't have any little ones. I don't have any little ones. My son Jake, he's older, so yeah. County hospitality. Oh yeah, that's my wife, Linda. County hospitality. Yeah. Yeah. So, but it is. I mean, and again, I'm glad that you're running for mayor. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that you're running against Coogan. Not many people have any guts to run against him. People's asked me, but not for me. You know what I'm saying? So, I'd rather do a radio show. You know what I'm saying? And interview candidates and talk to them like I've done to Chris Peckham in the past, and school committee man Colin Dias, and the candidate for district attorney. I think it's Ankle. I think it is running.
Yeah.
So, yes. So but he's next. I got to interview him too. So I got to get a hold of him. Yeah, I mean, it sounds good. You're on the right track. To run for mayor. And I know it's too early in the day, but you have to go out there and knock on doors. Okay, you have to develop a team to go out there and knock on doors. Okay,
Yep.
if you're going to run for mayor, I would start early. Okay, like CJ, I think I heard CJ say that. You know what I'm saying? So you got to get out there, knock on doors, knock on as many doors you can. Okay, get go around, make some pamphlets, flyers, or if you know somebody that knows how to make flyers, I mean, make them. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Do you are you familiar with a computer
Oh
where
yeah, definitely.
that way you can generate a flyer and then print it
Yeah.
out? So
Yeah.
you can actually make that. I'm so and so run for candidate. I'm a candidate for mayor, but get out there early. Get out there, knock on as many doors you can. If you can go drive around, right? Uh, and go to a coffee shop and drink coffee. You can go and drive around and knock on at least 100 doors. Okay, even 50 doors to get you started.
Sure.
Okay. Now you go around, knock on doors, introduce yourself, tell them that, hey, I'm so and so, I'm Robert Runner, I'm a candidate for mayor. I'd like to sit and talk with you if you don't mind. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, you gotta get out there, you gotta push it early enough because
Absolutely.
2 years when the mayor's race comes, it's gonna come fast. So
Yep.
so get out there, even if it's 50 one day, 50 the next week, or 50 the following week. I mean, you got to get out there. You got to really push it. If you want it that bad, you got to get out there. You got to push it because running for mayor, um, you know, is developing a team. Flanagan's going to have a team.
Yep.
Okay, so you gotta develop a team. Okay, um,
Absolutely.
develop a team. Get people on your side. Tell people what you want to do, and get out there and knock on doors. Start early
Yeah.
because the earlier the better. Okay, it so that way even if you knock out 50 or 100, okay, in one block, okay, so you got to go block by block, block by block, block by
Yep.
block. You know what I'm saying? Sit out there, talk to people, uh, you know, and tell them what you want to do. Tell them exactly what you told me, what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Because they'll like to hear it. If they like if they're liking what you're saying, then they'll vote for you. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Get out there and because you know something. Because I'm going to tell you, they'll say, "Wow, this guy's working really hard." So, and this guy is new, running, and sometimes they'll shift their mind, okay, and say, "Hey, look, let's give this guy a chance."
Oh, hopefully that's the way it works. We'll see. We'll see when the day comes.
No, no, yeah, no, Linda, he's running for mayor, right? Yeah. So, no, 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 nope. He's running. Let me see.
No.
Oh, wait a second. No, he is running for 6th Bristol District State Representative against Cal Paola. Seth Ankel is running for District Attorney. Boomer Amaral is running against Michael Rodrigues for State Senator.
Yeah.
So yeah, so he's running for mayor. Robert's running for mayor of the city of Fall River, Linda. So yes, yeah, Robin Ankel. Oh, she was speaking about Robin Ankel. You're not Robin Ankel.
Oh, Seth Aiken.
Yeah. Seth Aiken.
No, she said a bunch of names. All right.
All right, there's a
Oh,
bunch of
okay. Yeah, she was. Okay. Yeah, I see. She was speaking of. Okay.
yeah. I think it's Robert Anktel.
Yeah.
Ankins. Yeah, he's the one that's running for district attorney. I think he
Yep.
is. I got confused. There's so many people.
There is a
uh,
lot.
yeah. So I mean, you got to get out there early. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta get out there early, and you gotta get out there and run early. You know what I'm saying? And knock on doors, 100 doors, 50 doors, 60 doors a week. And yeah. So yeah. So he's run. Robert is run from there. Uh, uh,
Yeah.
yeah. So
She's on the right track.
yeah, you're on the right track, honey. Yeah. So get out there early. You got to get out there. You got to get out there because
Yep.
if you don't get out there early and you start late, then but you got to get out there early. And CJ Ferry and Chip has already said that already a couple of times.
Yep.
Yeah. So um yeah, and and the only thing I can say right now is good luck. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Good luck, and um and uh and yeah, good luck with the campaign. Let me know when you start. You know what I'm saying? You know, because I know I'm going back to school in New Bedford to get my high school diploma. I'm going to a diploma program,
Okay, good.
and I'll be working for 6 days a week. I'll be in school, and working 3 days, working 3 days, probably in a classroom. Getting my diploma program.
Good. That's great.
So and because I there's a lot of things that I want to work on. I and plus my son and I we just developed an app. It's the David Mead Show app.
Yep.
It's not in the app store yet. It's not in the Android app store yet. I'm waiting to get $25 to pay the developer to put it in the app store, and then I charge people like I was going to charge people like $3, but I'm thinking about 99 cents. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So, and it's yeah. So the logo is the David Mead Show. I used to have it as Fall River Media News, but BCC started complaining about it, so
Yeah. Okay.
I had to change it. So I had to change it, and this is my logo right here. So I own the app. I mean, my son owns the app, so
Cool.
and we also own the logo too. So
Great.
but so we're doing something on this end, but I'm not going to make any promises. I want to see what my schedule looks like. Okay. I would like to help you, but I'm not gonna say yes, and I'm not gonna say no. And and I, I want to see what my schedule looks like. You know what I'm saying? Because
Sure.
you're gonna need a team of people to
Gonna
knock.
take an army.
Yes, you're gonna need a team of. You're gonna need a team. You got to get out there early. You got to get out there before it's time. You know what I'm saying? You
Yep.
got CJ told you. You got to get out there before it's time. He's told all the candidates that. He's told every single candidate that. And you know
Yep.
what? And half of the candidates that he's told that did not believe him. Did not do what he asked them to do.
Well, I'm out there right now, Dave. You know what I mean? That's why we're here on the podcast.
Yeah.
I'm out there right now letting people know what's going on.
Yep. You got to let people know that you got to get out there, knock on doors. Okay, knock on doors. Knocking on doors is one of the best things to do. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can come on, you can come on my podcast. You can go on CJ's podcast. You can go on the Kudo show. But they're gonna tell you the same thing. Okay, if you're gonna run for mayor, get out there early. Start knocking on doors. Start knocking on doors. Whether it's 50 this week, 50 next week, 100 this week, 100 the following week. At least at least your name will be out there. At
Yep.
least the people will know what you stand for and what you want to do. So I mean, that's my opinion. And CJ had said that a lot. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yep.
but well, um, you know, I don't know what else to say today. But again, good luck. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
And if you need, if you want to come back on my show again, that you can.
Thank you.
I would let you. And I have to end my show now because it's almost 7 o'clock.
Alrighty.
So yeah, it's already. Wait a minute, it's 6:58. I'll give it up to 7 o'clock. So, what do you want? What do you want to tell What do you want to tell the people out there right now? What do you want to tell the people out there? You tell the people what you want to do.
Right now, guys. Right now is a vital time in this city. Now is your time to register and vote. If you want to change, if you want to make change, this is a vital chance now to do it. Because the way the city's going right now, it's not going in a good direction. It's not going in a direction for me and you. It's going for a direction for somebody that doesn't even live in this town. So if we want to get our city back, if we want to, you know what I mean, if now's the time to make the change. That's what I want to say.
Okay.
Register to vote. Get out there. Use your voice for something other than just complaining on the social media and the apps, because it's not going to change nothing. That's not going to change. If you want your voice to matter, vote. That's where it matters. You have to vote.
Well, people, you have to get out there and vote. If you're looking for change, you got to get out there and vote, and register to vote. Get behind a candidate that of your choice, and support it and support them
Yep.
if you're looking for change. Because by staying home and not going out there and voting, you're not nothing's going to get done. So get out there and register to vote.
There
So
it is.
yes. So if you Robert, if you want to come back on my show again,
I'm
let
sure
me.
we'll see each other soon.
We will. And if you want to come back on my show again, and we can have more conversations and talk about the issues that Fall River is facing. I know we're facing a lot of crime too. So yeah, because there was eventually a lot of shootings and stabbings going on here in the city of Fall River, and it's pretty sad.
Yeah, we've had some real violent crime. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like from what I understand, crime is supposedly down from what it was last year. That's what the new chief says. But we've had some really crazy violent crime this year.
Yes. Yeah. Violent crimes, big ones. Yes. But you really want to take. You know what the best thing to do is check the state and FBI statistics.
Yep.
Search for that. Check the FBI database. Check that. Then check the state, and then you put it together. Okay. Then you
Yeah.
can tell. Then you can tell if crime is up or crime is down.
Yep.
Because
All right, Dave. All right, Dave. I want to thank you for having me, buddy. And
yes, boss, man.
no,
It was
we'll
nice to
see
see
each
you
other.
again.
We'll see each other soon.
Sure, and it was nice to see you. And I never knew you knew my father. So what a
All
big
right, buddy.
what a big surprise. So, but
Yep.
all right. So we'll talk again. So Have a nice day, everyone,
Sure.
and good good luck again, and please stay angry and hold your politicians accountable.
Yep,
Okay,
absolutely.
because yes, hold them accountable, because if you don't hold them accountable, they're always going to give you a they're only going to want to tell you what you want to hear. And but so hold them accountable. But anyways, Robert, take care. Have a great night, and then
You
I
too.
thank everybody for watching the David Mead Show. Have a good night, everyone.